Hello all, welcome to my channel. My name is Carolyn and this is Craft Classy. Today I'm participating in the monthly Just Our Imagination playlist challenge. The hosts of this playlist are Kathy Jo DIYs, Rustic and Lace DIY, and this month the co-host is Craft Crumbs. We have 3 must-use items, and this month they are Tumbling Tower Blocks, also known as Jenga blocks, flip-flops, and placemats. So this was an interesting list to say the least. I'll have more on the playlist later, but for now, let's get to crafting. For this one, I'm using a sign from the Dollar Tree, one of their summer ones, and I'm going to be using the back as the front, but I do cover the back to make it look nicer later on. I'm just going to remove the hanger to get it out of my way because I will be painting this. And I'm attempting to make a straight line here across the whole width of the sign, and just checking with, doing some measuring there to check that I did make it somewhat level. I'm using 5 tumbling tower blocks that are whole and then a tumbling tower block cut in half to go across here, and I'm going to try my best to space them out evenly, and I'm just eyeballing it. I use wood glue to glue all these down using my line as a guide, and then just going to let that set up. I think I just left it overnight. And I'm just showing you there that I did pop off that home word on the back and covered the back in paper. And I'm going to be giving this a couple of coats of English Ivy Green by Apple Barrell. Once I got that painted with the first coat, I wanted to add some sort of decorative detail. I just didn't know what. I looked on HomeDepot.com, but their wooden embellishments were pretty pricey. And so I just dug around in my stash and got out these wood biscuits. They're used for joining wood together, wood joinery. I don't even know if that's a word. But, and I also used some half beads that I got from Amazon. But you can get those wood biscuits from any home improvement store. And I just used hot glue to glue those down. Once I had those painted with a coat of the green, I decided I didn't like where you could see the sort of crosshatch pattern that were on them. So I went ahead and took a little bit of lightweight spackling from the Dollar Tree and filled in those lines a little bit just to lessen being able to see those as much. I just used the hanger that came with this Dollar Tree sign, and then I am going to use a little bit of antique wax to give it a little more dimension and make it not as flat and age it up a bit. This is definitely my favorite craft of this video. I just love this thing. I think if you wanted to make this to sell, I would maybe use 2 Dollar Tree signs and glue them together just to make it a little bit thicker, make it look a little nicer. And then on the, maybe completely remove that paper that comes on the sign on the back and completely take that off for a more finished look. This is just a quick reminder that if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share, and subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss any future videos. Now for these flip-flops. I just used one of the flip-flops. I had a few ideas and I ended up picking this idea. I wish I had time to make more, but this one turned out all right. It was super easy. All 3 of these crafts are very easy and were fairly quick to make. But I'm just using this cookie cutter to draw a circle to cut out, and I was hoping that the scallops would be big enough to where when I cut them out I could go along and make it scalloped, but the scallops were just too tiny. I think if you had, some larger scallop cookie cutters or a template that you could print out, that would have been cute instead of having straight edges. But what I'm making here is a flower frog, and I found the best way. You might have a better way, maybe even just using a drill. But I had this metal straw that I got out of a cup that I purchased, And I just twisted the metal straw to cut the holes in the foam. It was pretty easy to do. I wanted this to fit on top of a wide mouth jar. And then there's also a vase from the Dollar Tree that is the same, its opening is the same width as a wide mouth jar. So I wanted it to fit on both of those. So I just went around with a marker and just making sure that I had the right size there. And I'm going to cut near the inside of this line using an X-Acto knife. And not going all the way through, obviously, just making a channel for the top of the jar or the vase to fit into. Here I'm doing just the rough fitting to make sure that I was doing it right. After I did this fitting, I did cut a little more of that foam to make it fit a little bit better. But I saw that it was going to work here, and then I was going to continue on with the craft. And it really was a snug fit. So I think it's going to work well as a flower frog. Now to make this look a little less like a piece of a flip-flop. So I just covered it with some light brown paint. I forget the color of it, just some acrylic paint from Walmart. And any excess paint that got down in the holes, I just took a toothpick and got rid of that excess paint. I wasn't too worried about the underneath of it because you wouldn't be seeing that. I did go ahead and give it a coat of paint to tone down that leopard print pattern that was on it. And I'm just going to use some of my extra. I've been trying to use some of my craft stash and get that whittled down just a little bit. But I'm going to be using some of these rub-on transfers from the Dollar Tree. They really have not had many rub-on transfers for sale at my Dollar Tree anyway. Maybe I need to travel a little further to some new Dollar Trees, but I wish they'd put some more out. But after I get that completely covered in the transfers, I'm going to sort of, make it all look a little more cohesive and give it a light coat of antique wax. I wanted to use some real flowers. I don't think I chose a good kind to use. I think, half of them weren't even open yet, these carnations. But you could see if you had like some full roses, how it would keep the flowers separated and keep them positioned nicely. Okay, this is my Placemat Craft, and I'm just using one placemat from the Dollar Tree for this. Of course, I'm making 2 of these. You could make as many as you want. You could, make a lot of these for very cheap. All 3 of these crafts today were just super cheap and really easy to do, but I was glad for that. But I'm just using a tuna fish can, and then this smaller can is from the Dollar Tree. It had a lid on it, and I don't know where the lid went. It looked like this, but I'm going to use it to make 2 different sizes of these. I knew that I was going to like these. I liked the look of them, and so I am going to cut off the bottom of each circle and just eyeball it here. And I wanted to show you what I was going for. I think they're called feed scoop candle holders. I think that's what they're called. I think if you search that it would come up with it. It has like a heat guard. It's like a candle holder with a heat guard. That one's made from an actual tin scoop. And then some people just try, some crafters on Etsy sell these, some primitive crafters, and they're just going for the feed scoop or a scoop look. And then of a candle holder that's used to be a scoop. I think that's correct. If anyone has any information on these, you could leave them down in the comments, and that would be very helpful, like what people could search for if they just wanted to buy these instead of making them. This, of course, is going to be half plastic, and so you wouldn't want to put an actual real candle in it. So that's the downside to these, but they still turned out really pretty. I'm using some E6000 on the spots that really mattered, and then a little bit of hot glue to glue these to each can. And I let these set up overnight so that I could, handle them and not have to worry about the glue coming up, and so that it was, permanently fixed so I could paint these. I'm using Waverly chalk paint in the color Truffle as a base coat. I like to use chalk paint on metal and plastic because it adheres pretty well as opposed to the thin acrylic paint. But I did want a metal look, and so I'm using the FolkArt aged copper. I picked that up from Walmart, and I only did a coat of that. I wanted it to be a little bit streaky and for the truffle to show through. And I did give it a little bit of the antique wax. Now, I was attempting to make a keyhole hanger on these. I'm not actually going to hang them up. They're going to just be shelf sitters. But, of course, I made the hole not in the center. And then I tried to fix it, and then it just went downhill from there. It looks like it used to be a keyhole hanger, and then it just, the metal maybe deteriorated. The more I chomped away at it, it just sort of tore the plastic instead of doing a clean cut like the first few cuts that I made. So that didn't work out so well, so I didn't even attempt the second one. But you can see what I was going for there. It's still, it still fit the piece. It still worked. It looks okay. And this isn't the most realistic decoration. You would not want to put very dry grass around a candle that you would light, but I thought it was cute. And so you're not going to be able to put a real flame candle in these anyway because the backing is plastic. And so this is just for decoration purposes. These would be so cute, and I will be decorating these for Christmas to put some Christmas greenery in here, maybe some berries, and maybe making some more. I might be making some more of these to have a whole bunch of them because they were so cheap and easy and quick. But you don't want to forget to check out that playlist. The links to all the host channels will be in the description box, as well as the playlist link. You want to go check that out. If you're unable to click the playlist link because you're watching this on a television, then just search for Rustic and Lace DIY. Search for her channel on YouTube, on your app, on your TV, and go to her playlist section. And it should be the first playlist. It's usually, they put them in order of newest to oldest playlists in the app. And just go there and check out that playlist because you're going to want to see what everyone else did with flip-flops and placemats. I'm really curious. Every month, I'm always excited to watch the playlist to see what everyone did with these crazy items. But that's enough yammering. I'm going to get off here. Thank you for watching. And I hope that you all have a wonderful day. See you in the next one.